Good morning, Malta and Gozo, and welcome to another episode of Lovin Daily. My name is John Sapati. Today I'm joined by Paula Kauki, and these are your 5 headlines for today. A 14-year-old has been arrested over an alleged stabbing in SLIEMA yesterday. YORGEN FENECH plotted to start a multi-million euro libel suit against MEP David CASA, journalist MANUEL DELIA, and others, court revealed yesterday. A bouncer allegedly kicked out a gay couple for kissing, and it has sparked a lot of criticism. A legal notice now allows exceptions to closure of English language schools, has been published yesterday, and a garden to take over parking spaces in an ambitious Floriana public library proposal has been launched. Paula?
Nibdew bl-ewwel storja makabra tal-lum jidher illi tfajjel ta' 14 sena jinsab arrestat wara li allegatament ta' daqqiet ta' sikkina f'żaq sieħbu. Skont il-pulizija ġara li l-bieraħ għal-ħabta tal-4:09 ta' wara nofsinhar, il-pulizija kienu għaddejjin bir-ronda tagħhom tas-soltu fejn lemħu ġisem ta' żagħżugħ fadira dem fi triq Locker Street fejn dan il-bidem ir-riżulta li huwa raġel Ingliż ta' 21 sena resident il-Mosta li qal lill-pulizija li kellu xi jgħid ma' persuna ta' 14 sena fl-appartament tiegħu din il-ġlieda waslet għal daqqiet ta' sikkina. Affarijiet li ta' konna narawhom fil-films issa qegħdin narawhom ta' spiss anke f'ta' SLIEMA.
Yeah, and on the same street actually that where unfortunately last year two men were killed in attempted robbery, so Locker Street. Unfortunately, doesn't seem to be the place to be in SLIEMA anymore. But yeah, no, the 14-year-old, we currently don't know what his injuries are. Apparently, he was also injured in an argument, but a 21-year-old was taken to Malta today, and he was certified to have slight injuries. This is obviously an investigation that is ongoing, but Lovin Malta will be following closely. Moving on to our second story, now concerning yesterday's court case with regards to the prime suspect in the Daphne Caruana Galizia murder, YORGEN FENECH. Apparently, it was revealed yesterday in an exchange of emails presented by Matthew Caruana Galizia that FENECH was plotting with a UK law firm to pursue libel suits against MEP David CASA as well as journalist Malta DELIA. These were shown in email exchanges presented by Matthew Caruana Galizia. The emails were between FENECH and Electrogas's PR consultant Chris Mifsud. In one of the emails, FENECH reveals that he had contacted a UK-based firm with the hopes that a £20 million lawsuit would be filed against the pair, both CASA and DELIA. The email exchange came, in fact, after the assassination of Daphne Caruana Galizia and when the Daphne Project continued her investigations by the journalist. And it's also just another story in an example of slap lawsuits being used to silence critics in Malta, something which the European Parliament is trying to address. In fact, yesterday, Lovin Malta published an article of how Times of Malta editor was told to seek police protection after the death of Daphne Caruana Galizia. So again, it just shows that the kind of the criminal network in Malta and everything being done to kind of silence critics, journalists, opposition, and whatnot.
Ġiġi li ovvjament huwa kundannabli għaliex bla-medja, bla-rabba pilastru tad-demokrazija, is-soċjetà ma timxix kif suppost. Ngħaddu għal storja oħra, l-attivisti membri tas-soċjetà, ma speċjalment attivisti tal-LGBTIQ community qegħdin jieħdu għata bla ħabel kontra il-bar f'Paċi fil-Nordic Bar illi allegatament keċċa żewġ tfajliet għaliex il-bouncer rom jitbewsu. S'issa dik hija l-verżjoni illi ngħatat mill-persuna li tkeċċiet mill-bar, ovvjament ngħidu allegatament għax ikun hemm żewġ verżjonijiet, imma jekk dak huwa l-każ huwa ma nistax nifhem kif minn tant postijiet f'sena 2021 bouncer kellu jiskrupla ruħu jara żewġ tfajliet jitbewsu. Nordic Bar minnaħa tagħhom l-unika kummenti li taw kienet li diżassoċjaw ruħhom mill-emil tal-bouncer, ovvjament mhix biżejjed u wieħed kien jistenna jew jimmaġina li ssir investigazzjoni biex jara x'inhu jiġri biex bekk isimhom jiġi cleared li mhumiex bar omofobiku għaliex l-appelli tal-attivisti huwa biex il-puliti bojkotjaw, nis jibojkotjaw dak il-bar għaliex mhuwiex qed jilqa' lill-klijenti u qishom kollha l-istess.
Yeah, details are a bit cloudy at the moment exactly what happened, but like you said, if this is the case, it's it's shocking to hear that bouncers are acting in this way when they see gay couples kiss in a bar. The police officers union, in fact, recently called for a specialized Parcherville unit with proper training and better allowance to prevent similar accidents or incidences such as this taking place in the future. And PN candidate Emma Portelli Bonici urged entertainment venues to provide their staff with urgent equality training so events like this don't happen as well. I'm not entirely sure how you would implement equality training for bouncers at a nightclub, and especially on topics such as this. I mean, I don't know how you would go about providing equality training. Clearly, if they are uncomfortable with it, or if they have an issue, as bouncers would do, they would act. But the details of the story are still quite unclear at the moment, and this is something that obviously an investigation is ongoing. But yeah, not nice to hear. Homophobic attacks as well aren't uncommon in Parcherville, unfortunately. Recently, though, a gay Maltese man was attacked and robbed after making plans to meet another man on a dating app, Grindr. This happened just a couple of weeks ago. So clearly there are still homophobic incidents happening in Malta, which is a shame to see.
Mina naħseb sakemm ma jittieħdux passi pubbliċi kontra min qed jagħmel dawn l-attakki, saħalli għaddi tal-barax ma nafux ġara ma dal-każ li kien videod, jaf ikun hemm erba' boloħ barra li tħajru jagħmlu xi ħaġa simili. Ġifieri nemmen li jrid ikun hemm eżempju bihom biex dawn l-affarijiet li qatt issa kważi ma rajnihom, speċjalment ma rajnihom fuq videos social media, ma tkun xi trend ġdida biex ma narawx video ieħor bħalu.
Absolutely, agree with you completely. Moving on to our fourth story of the day. So a new legal notice was published yesterday which allows exceptions to the closure of English language schools in some certain circumstances. So the legal notice, which was published yesterday morning, kind of amended the one that ordered schools to close in the first place, adding a clause that allowed the Superintendent of Public Health, Charmaine Gauci, to issue standards and issue exemptions from the order wherever they are deemed necessary or essential. There was no explanation provided at the time, but maybe you can provide some clarification.
The standards have been published, which essentially say that bl-Ingliż. L-ewwel wieħed li nixxielek taqlibni nitkellem bl-Ingliż. L-standards ġew ippubblikati li juru il-kriterji li bihom skola tista' tagħlem mill-istudenti li essenzjalment iridu jkunu studenti illi diġà jinsabu hawn Malta u li huma kompletament ivvaċċinati. Dawk l-istudenti biss ser jitħallew illi jerġgħu jmorru lura fil-klassijiet biex jitgħallmu. Bekk sissa l-inqas l-standards mhux qed jindikaw illi b'xi mod ser nerġgħu niftħu kompletament tal-iskejjel tal-Ingliż kif konna miftuħin fil-bidu tas-sajf.
So English schools are allowed to operate to some certain capacity. This obviously was welcome news by the Federation, Feltham, who said it was aimed at allowing for exceptions and special permissions in line and full respect of decisions taken by the health authorities. Obviously, at the time this happened a few weeks ago when they closed English language schools, it caused a big ruckus because obviously there were a lot of English language students here in Malta, but it came at a time when there was a spike in cases, a lot of which were caused by unvaccinated students. But still, kind of, you know, businesses still need to operate and life needs to move on. So Feltham really welcome this new legal notice.
L-aħħar storja llum jidher li hemm il-ħsieb illi l-parkeġġ ta' quddiem il-Librerija Pubblika fil-Florjana ma jibqax parkeġġ imma jiġi ġnien spazju miftuħ li jkompli jagħti sal-saqaf tal-Librerija Nazzjonali tal-Librerija Pubblika sabiex ikun hemm spazju iktar miftuħ għall-familji, ikun hemm iktar greenery, imma wkoll l-intenzjoni hija li dak li jkun war li mar ġnien mixja jidħol fil-Librerija Pubblika u jażel ktieb u jaqra. Ġifieri din hija inizjattiva li tipprova kemm tneħħi spazju korruħ ta' parkeġġ u kif ukoll ġieli nies jaqraw. Interessanti kif irnexxielhom jaqdu daw iż-żewġ inizjattivi flimkien f'din il-proposta.
And encourage people to actually go back to libraries, because I don't know about you, but I can't remember the last time I actually went to a library physically and took a book out and whatnot, and that experience is nice in itself. And if you have a nice garden on the roof to go read a book, then it's absolutely welcoming. It's also great for the environment and shows a good environment initiative that I think we need more of in Malta. More greenery is always good, especially for an island buried under construction. But yeah, great initiative to see. and a positive note to end this episode of Lovin Daily. With that being said, thanks for joining in and have a day full of lovin'.
Ciao.